Hello friends, and welcome back for another vlog. I have quite a few things that I need to do this week, so I thought I would take you along with me, and I thought we could start off with my current whips. You will have seen in my last video I made a bunch of granny squares for Oz comfort quilts, so I need to sew in the ends and send them off this week. Then I have been working very hard on my Stash Buster blanket. So this is the 6-day man blanket by Betty McKnit, and it is getting very big now. So I've got about, what I've done is I have done this many like colors, so from like yellow to gray, and then I'm reversing it, so I'm doing yellow, pink, purple, blue, green, and then brown and grey. So I hope that makes sense. But basically I have about this many rows left to do, and at the moment it is living on my couch because it is too big for my whips basket, and yeah, it looks really cute now on the couch. So yes, I just leave it on the couch, and then I will grab some of the yarn that I need to make the next colors and just crochet on it whenever I have a spare moment. Yesterday I started working on, I believe it's called the Island cardigan by Jewel Makes, and I am making a black version, if you can see that on the camera. I just thought black would be perfect to go over my dresses for work, and yes, I'm very excited to be finally making this because I have had this on my wish list for ages, and I finally bought it yesterday. And I had a bunch of this Fiddlestick Superb H, which I'm using, and it's really soft and lovely. So this is going to be a staple item, I think, in winter for me. And the last crochet project that I've been working on, I just accidentally dropped half a ball of yarn there. And the last crochet project that I'm currently working on is another bag. So it is a dragonfly bag again. I made a purple one recently. I'll pop a photo here. And I just love that pattern so much. I tested that pattern for the designer a year or so ago, and so this will be my third dragonfly tote bag. The yarn is actually reused from a corset that I made for Winterfest last year, and I'll pop a photo here of me wearing that corset. So I loved this corset very much, but it was a little bit too big, and I obviously was not wearing it very often. I actually only wore it that one time. So I thought I really wanted some green cotton yarn, so I thought I would just undo it and turn it into a bag. So if you ever have projects where you're like, I never wear this anymore, you can absolutely repurpose the yarn. There is nothing stopping you from doing that. So hopefully within the next week or so, I will have this finished and I'll be able to use it. I'm trying to make more bags for myself because I was one of those people who just had the same black bag that I used all of the time, and I'd like to have more bags that go with my outfits. And this year I've set myself a goal to make all of my clothes or thrift them. So yeah, I'm really enjoying making myself things and like finding more about my own personal style. And so I think there'll be more bags in the make this year, but yes, working on that. And then I have a non-crochet project to show you. It is a skill that I recently learnt and I'm so excited about it. You guys, I finally learnt how to knit. I'm so excited. I learned how to knit when I was younger, but I don't think I had knitted for like 15 years or something. So I had no idea how to do it. But I just watched a YouTube video, and I'll link it below if you are also interested in learning how to knit. And yeah, I watched a few YouTube videos, and then yeah, now I know how to knit, and I'm currently knitting a scarf. So something I didn't know about stockinette stitch, or whatever it's called, stockinette, I don't know, some sort of knitting term. is that it rolls heaps, but I'm hoping when I block it, it'll kind of unroll a bit. But also, I think it'll look really cute rolled anyways. I love this rolled hem. I'm planning on doing a jumper with rolled hems and rolled sleeves. But really enjoying learning how to knit, and I will of course be taking you along with me on my learning to knit journey, and I dare say that I will do a vlog of learning to knit my first jumper at some point soon. However, for now, I have a few things that are not personal projects that I need to get done this week, so I thought we could get into those now. I have 2 custom orders and a pattern test that I need to get done, and I'm actually going to start off with the pattern test because that is due earlier than the custom orders. The pattern test is for Woolly Tunes, and I have been a fan of her work for a while. She does a lot of kind of like anime inspired amigurumi patterns, and I was chosen to test her tree stump pattern, which is so adorable. It's this little tree stump, and it's got some cute little rocks, and it's got mushrooms and flowers, and I'm very excited to test this pattern. So I'm going to go and grab the yarn that I need for that, and we will get started. I thought we could chat whilst I crochet. We'll see how that goes. But I'd love to hear how you all are, and let me know in the comments any projects that you've been working on lately that you've really been enjoying. I have been rewatching all of the Bridgerton series with the new season coming out on the 29th, I think. I really wanted to watch all of the other seasons first. I love Bridgerton. I think my favorite season is the second one with Anthony. Let me know which season is your favorite if you're also a Bridgerton fan. I have also been continuing reading the series that I've mentioned before. Oh gosh, I've just forgotten what it's called. Hang on a second. I went and got my Kindle so that I could remember what the name of the series is. But it's such a cozy series, and I'm up to the 3rd book in the series, and it's actually like kind of Christmassy. It's like Yule. It's during Yule. It's called A Fellowship of Games and Fables, and the first one is A Fellowship of Bakers and Magic, I think. Highly recommend this series. It is a little bit weird reading a like festive book in January. Are we still in January? Yes, we're still in January. But I want to continue with the series and finish it. So I think there's 4 or 5 books in the series. I'm really loving it. I love a cozy fantasy book. I thought you guys would appreciate my Kindle cover. I can't remember where I got it from, but I bought it at the end of last year because I received some money from my brother-in-law for Christmas, and I just think it is so cute. The minute I saw it, I was like, I need that. And it's got a little hedgehog reading, and it's just adorable. I really love it. And my Kindle is currently living in my book sleeve that my husband made me for my birthday. If you haven't seen my vlog where I had it in, I think it was actually the last vlog that I did. He sewed me this Kindle sleeve, which is also, actually, sorry, it's a book sleeve, but I just put my Kindle in it too, just to protect it. It's actually also glow in the dark, which is hilarious, but I just really loved these mushrooms. I just thought it was so cute. I've also been really enjoying getting back into sewing. I loved sewing when I was in my early 20s, and then I just stopped sewing, and then just randomly I got back into it this year, and I sewed 2 dresses for myself as well as a bag that I love. And I also made a big velvet moon that was like repurposed out of a velvet dress that I no longer wear. I might do a little show and tell later on in this vlog of all of the things that I've been sewing recently. But we went to Spotlight on the weekend. Today, also, I should probably tell you, today is Wednesday the 21st. So I'll probably continue this vlog for a few days and then edit it on Sunday. And if you are new here, hello, I am Rhiannon, a crocheter and just like all-round crafty person from Sydney, Australia, and I love to share what I am currently working on. I forgot what I was talking about there for a second, but then I remembered we were talking about Spotlight. That is why I don't often crochet and talk on this channel. But anyways, so we went to Spotlight, which if you are not Australian, it is our big craft store. It has yarn and fabrics and all kinds of other crafty stuff. So my husband and I are planning on, for Valentine's Day, we're planning on sewing pajamas. My husband also loves sewing. So we bought some fabric for that, and I got this beautiful blue flower knit fabric, and it was actually only $5 a meter. So I bought 4 meters, and I might eventually also make myself a shirt to go with the pajama pants. So and my husband, you're gonna laugh at the fabric he chose. It is so good. Hang on a sec, I'll just grab it up. There are cats and sushi, and the cats are in fish bowls, and it's the most ridiculous print I have ever seen, but I love it so much. And these are going to make the coolest pajama pants. I think he's going to love them so much. And yeah, he'll be sewing his own pajama pants. And then I also had a look at the discounted fabric, and I found this absolutely stunning moth, I think they're moths and butterflies fabric. And I'm planning on turning it into a dress, but it was only $2 a meter. So I got 3 meters for $6. And I was like, oh my gosh, that is an amazing find. And this fabric is so beautiful. So I am planning on sewing a dress for myself in this very soon. I have quite a few hobbies on the go at the moment. And honestly, not enough time to do everything that I want for each of the hobbies. But that's okay, we are getting there. It's going to be especially busy when school goes back, because I am a primary school teacher. I'm a casual primary school teacher. And then also my daughter is starting primary school and my son is starting high school. But that's okay. These are things that make me happy. So whatever time I get to spend on them is awesome. But yes, just working on the tree stump now. I think this is the top of the tree stump. And I think I'm going to stop talking and crochet now so that I don't lose count. And then I'm also not talking rubbish to you guys. So I will show you my progress in a second for you guys, but probably in an hour for me. Okay, friends, I got stuck into this pattern test and got this much done, and I think I'm up to round 24. There was quite a few rounds where it was like multiple rounds of 54 and 48. So I think it is looking so cute though. I used these gorgeous eyes, and they have stars and moons in them, if you can see, and I went with green because it's a tree. And I think it's going to look so cute. It did require 40mm eyes, which I don't have any of. These, I think, are 28 mils, but I still think it's going to turn out so adorable. But I'm going to take a break from this right now, and I'm going to go and spend some time probably coloring in with my girls, and I will continue working on this a bit later. Hello friends, I thought I would do my little sewing show and tell now and share with you the items that I have made recently, and also some things that I have learnt whilst making these items. So a little bit of background information about me in terms of sewing. I have been sewing since high school. I did textiles from year 10 through to year 12, and then I also had a little business when my son was young where I was sewing kids clothes. So I did sew a lot of kids clothes. I haven't really sewn a huge amount for myself because it's always been really scary for me. And yeah, the two things that I can think of that I sewed for myself were basically fails. I recently fell back in love with sewing and I'm trying to create my dream closet. And I've kind of already started that with crochet by making pieces that I really love to wear. But I thought I would learn how to sew clothes for myself that fit really nicely. And yeah, so I thought I would share the items that I have made lately. So first of all is this dress that I'm actually wearing, and it's the first dress that I have made for myself. So I'll move back and show you it, show you a bit more of a view of it. It is very cute. I love this strawberry print and I love that it's got bows on both sides. But you will notice it's a little bit too big for me. I was a bit confused about how to choose a size. So on Sewing Patterns, they have a guide based on the sizing for like across the board, all patterns. And then they have a guide for the finished measurements of the garment. And when I was choosing a size, I was like, I'm just going to look at the guide for all garments, which was a bit silly. And I fell across like 3 different sizes. So I was like, okay, I'll just go with the biggest size and then hopefully it'll fit. And also I like slightly looser clothes anyways. I don't like things to be fitted. And I figured that if I make it too big, I can always alter it. It's a bit more difficult to do the opposite if it's too small. So yes, I made it 2 sizes too big, and I did actually shorten where the end of like the top part comes, and then also shorten the length of the dress. So it's actually knee length on me now. And then thankfully these bows do pull in the waist quite a bit. So I think it is really cute. It's definitely going to be an item that I wear a lot just casually. And I do plan on remaking this dress in the correct size in another print or maybe like a solid color or something. I'm hoping to make a few of these dresses for work because I am a primary school teacher and I just thought it was like the perfect style for teaching. I could wear stockings underneath for winter, or it's just lovely for summer. But this one's going to be more of a just to casually wear because it's a little bit too big. So here is the second dress that I made, and I really love this dress. I made it out of a linen fabric, which I'll talk to you about in a minute what I learned about linen fabric. But I really love this design, and I'll move back to show you it. It does have ruffles on the bottom, if you can see, and I just think it is really cute, and it's like the perfect style for work, but it's also just really comfortable. I will say that next time I make it, I will make it 1 size bigger, just because it's slightly fitted here, and I would prefer a little bit looser so it's nicer to move around in. So I used a linen fabric for this dress, and I didn't do any research about linen fabrics before starting to sew, and it's important to have a really sharp needle and I believe adjust the tension on your machine for linen, because when you're sewing, the actual like threads of the fabric can pull and stuff. So now I know for next time I use linen to put in like a fresh needle into my sewing machine. And an interesting thing I learned about buying fabrics is that, I don't know if anyone else finds this, but maybe it's because I'm a larger size, but the actual width of fabrics is not wide enough. So for example, there is a ruffle on the bottom of this dress, if you can see that. And if you're not a sewer, you will have no idea what I'm talking about. But when you put pattern pieces onto fabric, you have to lay them out correctly according to the selvage, which is along the side, so that you're cutting the pieces out the correct way. But for the ruffle, I actually had to cut it the wrong way because it was so much fabric. Folding the fabric in half was like not wide enough. Maybe it's just me. But yes, I feel like there should be wider fabrics, because when you buy fabrics, again, if you're not a sewer, you'll have no idea what I'm talking about. But when it's like on the bolt, it's like a certain width, and then you buy how many meters this way. Yeah, I feel like they should design fabrics that are wider this way. But anyways, I absolutely love this dress. It is very cute, and I will be making more of these dresses in another size up, I think. I have 2 more items to share with you, and the first one is this adorable bag. I call this my mushroom bag because it has a mushroom denim on the outside, and then it has a mushroom print lining, and I've actually got stuff in it right now because I have been using it a lot. It is so cute. I love the little bows. It's very adorable. I think next time I will make sure to use the lining fabric so it goes all the way here so that I can actually make it reversible. But I really enjoyed making this bag, and I am on a journey of making more bags for myself for my outfits. But yes, I really love this bag, and it has become a staple bag for me. And yeah, I highly recommend this pattern if you are wanting to learn how to sew or you're wanting to make yourself some cute bags. Okay, so I have one more item to show you, and it is this big moon velvet pillow. So I made this out of fabric from an old velvet dress that I no longer wear. I actually have a whole bunch of clothing that could probably be donated, but I'm actually trying to recycle it and turn it into new things. So as well as creating my dream closet, I am actually also creating my dream bedroom, which is like very whimsy goth. I'm planning on doing a gorgeous big quilt, and I just thought this velvet moon was like screaming whimsy goth. I'm absolutely in love with it. Some things that I learned when making this is that stuffing something like this takes a very long time, and you want to make sure you stuff it really well. I mean, that's something I learned with crochet, is that you need to stuff your items really well because the stuffing like changes shape over time. So this took me a very long time to stuff, especially because velvet yarn is also stretchy. So it was like stretching out as I was stuffing it. Also, along here is top stitched. So basically, when I have finished sewing the pieces together, I turn it the right way out, and then I stitched close to the edge all the way around, apart from the area that I needed to leave open so that I could add the stuffing. So I chose to have an opening up the top, and it made it really hard to close it. And I actually did, oh yeah, you can see it here. I did hand stitch here instead of machine sew it because my sewing machine was just not going to cope with the width. But anyways, it still looks really cute, and it's not coming undone or anything. So it's well finished, and I just think it's a very cool piece. Let me know if you have any crochet ideas for whimsy goth themed items that I could make. I know there's like a lot of moons and things, which of course I will be making to go with this big guy. But I will be sharing more of the projects that I work on for both my dream wardrobe and my dream bedroom. And I hope you enjoyed this little sewing show and tell, and I will definitely be including more sewing in my content for the future. So if you are wanting to learn how to sew, then maybe this might be useful to you as well. I am back with my crocheting, and I'm almost finished this back panel of the cardigan that I'm working on. I am in love with this design. It is going to look so gorgeous when it is finished. And honestly, just like the perfect cardigan to have to wear over dresses and things like that for work, but I'll probably wear it like all of the time, to be honest. And I'm already thinking about more colors that I would like to make it in, but I do need to keep count with this one, so I'm not going to talk and crochet because I'm already like concerned that I've made a mistake. In saying that, I have memorized the pattern. It's really easy to memorize this pattern. I have also been working on the tree stump pattern test, and I thought I would show it to you now. So I have finished the tree stump, and here it is. I think it's so cute. I might redo the mouth. I'm not sure about it. I'm not 100% sure about it, but I think it's looking very cute, and I need to add the embellishments today. I'm hoping to have this finished today. I also finished one of the rocks for the pattern test. So there's 2 rocks. There's a larger one, which is this one, and then there is a smaller one, and I just think it's so cute. Look at those eyes. Aren't they adorable? The eyes are actually from the loose thread. I placed a custom order with Lucy for some eyes with white in the background because I wanted to make some Totoros and some of those anime characters that have like the black and white eyes. So I have used a pair for this rock, and I'll see. I've only got 2 20 millimeter set, so I'll see if the other 20 millimeter set fits the smaller rock, but it's just so cute. I can't get over it. It's just like a simple little rock, but I just cannot get over how cute it is. So I'm going to finish off the row that I'm on with the cardigan, and then we will get to working on the tree stump, and fingers crossed we get it finished today. Just finished the last stitch of the row that I was on for that cardigan, so I'm going to put that aside in my whip basket, which is over here, and I'm going to start working on the second rock now. So I'm going to do that now. Apologize, she actually calls it a stone in the pattern. Maybe that's me being Australian or just slightly bogan that I was calling it a rock instead of a stone. Yes, going to continue working on the smaller stone now. Hello friends, it is Monday the 26th of January. So before I even start, I'm going to address the fact that I have a red face. We went to Jamboree on Saturday with the kids, which is like a water park here in New South Wales, Australia. And I unfortunately got very sunburned. So just ignore the redness. I wanted to catch up with you on everything that I have been crocheting lately. So I finished crocheting the dragonfly bag. This is the second one, or actually no, sorry, it's the third one that I have made for myself now. The first one was a one that I made as a tester, and then I made a purple one, and now I have a green one, and I will show you what it looks like standing up. Actually goes really well with this outfit that I have on today. I've just got this cute brown top on that has fairy and woodland kind of vibes that I got from JJ's like 3 years ago, I think now, and a cute green skirt. And yeah, I wear a lot of these kind of like green, brown colors, more like earthy colors, but I just love wearing a rainbow of clothes, but I tend to go for more earthy colors. But yeah, I think it goes really well with this outfit, and it's tote bag size, so I can fit everything that I need in it, as well as crochet, because that's also an essential item for me, and I really love it. Now I have a gorgeous purple one and a green one. I'll have to decide what bag to make next. I do have a bag that I'm planning on sewing that I have lined up to make, but I'd love to crochet another bag. So let me know in the comments any pattern recommendations for cute bags. I also finished the pattern test that I was working on, the tree stump pattern test. I'm going to show it to you now. So here is the tree stump, and I think it is so cute. I just love everything. The mushrooms, the leaves, the little flowers. It is so gorgeous. It also comes with instructions on how to make a little butterfly, and I just think it's gorgeous. It also, I showed you earlier, but here are the two stones stacked together. So today I need to take these I've got like an area in mind of where to take these to take some photos of them. So I think I'm going to go do that now. I am a little bit worried that it's going to rain, but we will see. And I might take you along with me. We'll see how we go. I've got to take my kids with me as well. So hopefully they allow me to take some photos, but I just love this so much. And I'm going to have it probably over here, and it's just like a cute little desk companion, and it's so whimsical and really adorable. So the pattern was fantastic. I had to make hardly any comments on the pattern because it was really well written. This pattern will be out by the time I post this video, so you'll be able to go and grab yourself a copy if you want to make it. I highly recommend. I think I've said I highly recommend a few times now, but I just love it so much. It's so cute. And it has really inspired me to want to do more crochet with like cotton DK weight yarn. I know like the majority of this is chenille yarn, but the little like mushrooms and flowers and the leaves and everything are DK cotton acrylic blend yarn. I actually use Bango's blend from Patty and Bango's place, and I really love that yarn for making anything amigurumi because it doesn't split. But I do love working with cotton as well. But yeah, I think you'll be seeing more DK weight yarn amigurumi from me in the future. I love making chenille yarn items, but I am feeling like I've done so much of it, and I'd like to do something that's maybe a little bit more challenging. And yeah, so I have bought a few patterns and I'm really excited to make those, but I probably will be making them in this vlog. But for now, I'm going to take these to the little like foresty kind of area that I'm thinking of and take some photos, and I will share the photos with you as well, and you'll be able to see them on my Instagram and my social media accounts, because I will share my tester photos. Yes, let's go do that now. You got. Hello friends, it is Tuesday the 27th of January and we have a custom order to work on, but before I get into that, look what arrived in the mail. It's interchangeable knitting needles, so I thought I would open it now and we can have a look at them. This, I got the Knit Pro Zing interchangeable needle set, and this was the highest recommended set. So it comes in this cute little what we call it. It's a pouch. Couldn't think of the word then, but here we go. Here are all of the pretty knitting needles, and I have never used interchangeable knitting needles, as I'm pretty sure I've talked about my knitting in this vlog. If not, this is totally random, but yeah, no, I'm pretty sure I spoke to you at the beginning of this vlog about my knitting, and I will show you my progress. Though I haven't made a huge amount of progress on the scarf that I was working on. But anyways, here are the cords, I want to say, cords. And I'm very excited about this because then I can start making beanies, and I also want to knit a jumper really, really soon. So I'm thinking I'll do like a learning to knitting vlog video at some point soon. But I am so excited. These look really nice, and I dare say I will be casting on. Is that they call it casting on in knitting? Casting on a project today because I'm just so excited. But anyways, let's talk about the custom order that I am working on today. So the custom order is actually a custom pet order where I basically crochet someone's pet based on photos they send to me. And I'll pop a picture here. It is a bulldog, and I've actually made a bulldog for this customer before, and it was a bit more challenging because the bulldog was like, he was like black with brown bits all over him. So I tried to kind of convey that in crochet as best as possible. But fortunately, this gorgeous dog is pretty much one color. So I'm working with Patty's Plush, and I've got this kind of blondie looking color, and I've actually already made the head, and I can't remember what the pattern designer's name is, but I will pop the link below. So I've made the head, and I've made this little it looks like a mustache right now, this little nose section, because you can see in the picture of the dog, he's got this kind of like black section around his nose. So I'm now going to work on the ears, and I'm just going to make every piece up first and then sew it all together. Often what I like to do with amigurumi is sew as I go, because then it's not as much sewing at the end. Not that I don't mind sewing, but I kind of like seeing it like coming together as I work on it. But I'm just like a little bit concerned about how this nose bit's going to look. So I'll wait till the end to see how it looks then, and yeah, sew it then. But going to start the ears now, and I'm hoping to get this finished today, if not tomorrow morning, so that I can make the other custom order that I have tomorrow, because I really just want to get these done. I have so many things that I want to work on. I've got gifts that I want to make for my daughter who's turning 3 next month. I also want to make a bunch of Valentine's things, and I want to do like a bunch of cute decorations for my home and some little gifts and things. That's my love language, is gift giving. So, and being able to make gifts as well as give them to people is like just like top tier for me. So yes, I am going to stop talking now, and I'm going to make this dog. Okay, so I've been working on the ears, and I actually designed the ear myself, just because in the pattern the ears on the dog are like kind of floppy, whereas you can see in the picture, I'll pop it here again just for a refresher, he has sticking up ears, and also has like black on the inside, whereas in the pattern it only had like one layer of ear, so I wouldn't have been able to convey like having a black inside and then the blondie kind of coloring of the outer ear. So here is the ear, and I am very happy with how I designed it. I think it's going to look really good. I'll just grab the dog now. It's really hard to see, but I think it's going to look really good. So I'm going to make a second one of these ears, and then I think it's the body and the legs that I need to make next, and eyebrows and everything. So right now he's looking pretty funny, but I think it's going to look so cute when it's finished. So I really got stuck into making this dog, and I did end up sewing pieces on as I go. It's just like how I usually do it. So I don't know, I just did it anyways, even though I said I was going to do all the sewing at the end. And I still need to do the 2 back legs and the tail, but I thought I would show you it. I'm actually going to go and pick up my youngest daughter from daycare, and then I probably won't work on this again until she is in bed. So also I thought I'd mention the person who made this custom order requested that I add in a little tongue because often this dog has his tongue hanging out. So that's why you can see the tongue. Anyways, I'm going to show it to you now. How cute is that? Look at the little tongue. That is so funny. And I might bring the ears in a little bit so they're sticking up a bit more, but yes, I still need to do the back legs and the tail. So I'm going to keep working on this tonight, and then I will show you the finished dog tomorrow. Hello friends, it is Thursday the 29th of January. So I finished off the custom pet order for the bulldog yesterday, and then I sent some pictures to the person who placed the order and just made a few adjustments based on what she wanted. So here is the finished dog. So she actually asked for some white lines for the whiskers, and I also added just a bit more of that like blondie color around the nose just to take like a little bit of the black away. But it is all finished and I will be sending it off tomorrow to its new home. I thought I would also just go through everything that we finished in this video, as well as update you on my current whips. So we made this cute little tree stump guy, which has been living on this drawers because I just think it is so cute, and it's got this little place in my craft room. We finished off this cotton dragonfly bag, which I haven't actually used yet, but I will be actually, did I use it? Well, I will be using it definitely very soon. Then I don't think I mentioned it in this vlog, but my last YouTube video, so the one before this, I did a granny square challenge, and I made granny squares that I will be sending off to Oz Comfort Quilts, and they're turning the squares into quilts for victims of the fires that were in Victoria recently. So yesterday I actually sewed in all of the ends of these granny squares, and I'll be sending off these. There are 20 squares here, so I'm planning on making more squares, and I'll just send them in maybe every time I make 20, something like that. But anyways, those are finished. Then an update on my blanket. So I am so close to being finished with this. Oh gosh, it's hard to show you because it's so big. But I just need to do the green and browns and grey section on this side because, as I mentioned earlier, I did 15 colours and then I reversed them for the rest of the blanket. And some of the colours down here aren't repeated up here because I actually finished the ball, because this is a yarn busting project. So what I did with some of them, I just skipped that color, or I found a color that was pretty close. So for example, this purple here, I didn't have any more of that, but I used, I think, this dark purple instead. And anyways, it's going to look super cool when it's finished. I'm going to do a black border and everything, and I'm hoping to have this finished within the next week. So yes, that is the progress on the blanket, and I have one more crochet project to talk to you about, so I'm just going to grab that now. I'm very close to finishing I think it's called the Island cardigan by Jewel Makes. I might be wrong about that, but I have finished the back and front panels, and all I have to do now is the sleeves, and also just like the ties and the border, I guess you could say. So another project that I'm hoping to have finished within the next week. Yes, I really want to, well, I mean, it doesn't really matter if it's not finished within the next week because it's still hot here in Australia. So, but I just like to get things finished before I start new things. And I have so many things that I want to make. So going to try and get this finished. I'm currently on Sleep Island. So, but I really love this pattern. It is so gorgeous. And I am thinking of making myself a short sleeved one in like a cotton So yes, we'll see if we get time. And then I have some knitting to show you. Here is the scarf that I've been working on, the very first project, my very first knitting project. There's a big knot here. I'll just ignore that for now. But yeah, we're getting pretty close to having it finished. I'll show you. It's getting very close. So I've just got this much yarn left, which seems like a lot, but yeah, this was like a 200 gram skein. I am again hoping to have this finished within the next week. I'm going to give myself 2 weeks to finish this. Knitting is a lot more time consuming. And the last whip update that I have for you, and it's another knitting one, which I actually started yesterday because the day before, because my circular knitting needles arrived, is this beanie, and I'm double stranding it. It's actually a Passionate Kelsey knitting YouTube tutorial, and I'm making a beanie for my daughter in this super funky rainbow yarn. And yeah, as I mentioned, I am double stranding it. So this has been really fun. Also, oh my goodness, I much more prefer working with circular knitting needles. These are so nice. I love that they don't squeak. The other needles, they just squeak constantly, even though like my tension isn't too tight. And they're just so nice to work with. And I like that I can work in the round. And yes, I'm very excited to like make a jumper at some point soon, knit a jumper at some point soon with my circular knitting needles. I'm just in love. This was a good recommendation. So thank you to the people who recommended the Knit Pro Zing needles. I am obsessed. And I'm planning on doing a knitting video vlog, learning to knit, so I can give you guys tips if you're interested, or just like talk about knitting very soon. Looking at this pile of whips, I've realized that I need to stop starting new projects. But anyways, I also changed my handle name yesterday to Ree Stitches. So originally I was Crochet by Ree, and I did that because I want to be able to incorporate my sewing and my knitting into my content as well. And I'm moving away from doing markets and selling stuff, and also taking a break from pattern writing to just be sharing my like creativity and my craft with you guys, because I was just kind of like not feeling like being a part of the hustle anymore and constantly trying to sell myself. It was just like giving me the ick basically. And I am amazed by people who are able to do all that kind of stuff. But I decided I just want to have a space where I'm able to connect with other crafty people. And I've met so many beautiful people through my social media accounts, and I'm so grateful for you guys. So I just want this to be a space where we talk about crafts and we look at different patterns and just have fun, instead of constantly trying to be like, what's the next pattern I'm going to write? What's the next market? I'm spending weeks and weeks preparing for markets and just all of that stuff. I loved doing that, but I just need a break from all of that. And I just want to do something that brings me joy, which is what I'm doing now. And it feels really good. So yes, I'm super excited to come out with the content that I have planned in the future. I have so many ideas now, and I feel really passionate about what I'm going to be making. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a like. And if you are not already subscribed, maybe consider subscribing so you can see more content from me in the future. Thank you so much for watching.